Oh, man. It is Wednesday night, and I do not have any pants on. This is COFOH Live Undead. I'm your host, Daniel Crosier, and I'm here with our guest, Jerry G. Angelo, the talented actor and filmmaker. Can't wait to get into it. Something on my face. Jerry, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Great. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for being so generous with your time.
Oh, well, thank you for all the people and the 8 billion people in the world. You chose me for right now. I'm very grateful.
Oh, I appreciate it. So Jerry, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from, how you got into filmmaking, what drives you?
Oh my gosh, that's like a loaded question.
It is. Well, I'm so sorry.
What I'm finding fascinating more and more is that the further along in this I go, I become so many different people. I keep evolving. And so gosh, I guess who I am now is I'm the most excited right now for this period of my life, because I feel like finally, after all the, in the trials and the challenges and in just the living, the experiencing in life in general, I finally feel like I'm in the pilot seat of an airplane, of my airplane, and I know all the buttons and I can choose where I'm taking, where I want to go, and I can make all the decisions, and I'm in tune with everything, and that hasn't always been the case. So that is a wonderful place to be.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. I was reading up on your bio a little bit earlier. It looked like, was it in college you got on as an extra for a Matt Damon movie, and that kind of sparked things?
Yes. So I had my background was, well, I was in college. I wanted to go into the FBI. I had been going to school. That was my what I thought I was going to be doing. And I gotten pulled into politics after college. Okay. And then I just said, as an I did an extra role. It was my first anything. And it was on All the Pretty Horses with Billy Bob Thornton directing and Matt Damon. Oh, it was in New Mexico. We went out there to Santa Fe to film it, and just watching it, I was watching Matt Damon walk through the crowd of all these inmates. I was like one of the inmates from the, during the Civil War or something like that, Wild West. And, something resonated with me. I felt that like I was supposed to be part of storytelling in a larger role than just acting. I got to watch Billy Bob, direct, and I saw how people were interacting, and I saw the difference between me and the other extras and stuff. I wanted to do something more with that, so I started to investigate that. I jumped right in.
Oh, fantastic! Now I saw too that in high school, I think it was, you were very active in sports, but also in creative writing. Did that have a part to play in aspirations for storytelling?
Miss Rose. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. yeah. When you have a crush on your creative writing teacher, it can impact things. Creative writing is something I've done ever since I was a kid. Like it took a always find it interesting. My mom told me I wasn't really talking until I was like 4 years old or something like that.
Okay.
And then at a very young age, whatever age it is when you start to write, I start creating stories and poems and stuff. And I always like to write like that and create, do the writing like that. And then I played with G.I. Joes, and G.I. Joes were that was my jam, even until I got caught in high school, which is kind of embarrassing. I won't get into that, but I was playing with G.I. Joes. That led it, you know, all that was part of the creative teaching that got me into writing. And writing has been my favorite attribute, or one of my gifts that I enjoy the most.
Nice. Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. The you've gotten a slew of just amazing projects that you've been working on recently. Today, I had the fortune of watching on Netflix American Warfighter. Is that right?
Yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, tell us a little bit about, you know, because you directed that, wrote it, and then also acted in it too. So I mean, you're wearing a lot of hats in a production like that. You know, can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yes. You want to know how the inspiration came, or do you want the actual making of it?
Yeah. What's the inspiration?
All right. Well, this was already maybe 5 years ago, or maybe 6 years ago.
Okay.
I'm an actor. You know, if you're an actor, you don't do extra work, you know, or you try not to. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but if you're in acting, you can't do extra work, or I don't know, it's an industry thing. You're not supposed to do that. Anyway, being in Los Angeles, I got a call. I fit a role, a look for a Navy SEAL. And they said, you know, hey, if I want to come back to Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is my hometown, and, you know, be out there for a couple of weeks, you know, being directed by Peter Berg and working with, you know, like Taylor Kitsch and Eric Bana, Mark Wahlberg, Ben Foster, Emil Hirsch, and just all-star cast.
Yeah, Lone Survivor.
So I did, and I went there for 2.5 weeks, and I was just very grateful for this experience. Many wonderful experiences came from that. But I got to make acquaintances with Marcus Luttrell, and Marcus Luttrell is the lone survivor. It's, you know, the movie's based off his book, Lone Survivor, and he was the only survivor of the mission. Project Red Wings, I believe, is what it's called. But I had a call. I was talking with him one day. We're on set. We're in a parking lot, and they have a full mountain, like a prosthetic mountain that was fabricated in the parking lot. It went over, you know, probably 50 feet high, and they were going to be jumping off this mountain, and they had trees and pine trees. It looked very real.
Cool.
So next to it was a hydraulic helicopter, and the helicopter was going to be representing the helicopter is coming in for rescue when, like, I think it was 23 soldiers got killed by an RPG that hit it. And so this is reenacting real moments of his life and his, you know, everything that he went through. And we're talking, and then all of a sudden he just kind of went quiet, and he just stared off. And it caught on me. You know, everyone's, you know, doing their daily jobs. You know, Crafty's wheeling out this, the camera's, you know, setting up the camera. You know, everyone's just doing their stuff for the next hour or two before we do the scenes. And there was this tremendous weight that I felt. I was like, oh my God. I said, it impacted me so much to the point to where I said, I have to write a story that is about this weight that these soldiers carry. And so American Warfighter was made as a tribute to all our servicemen and women, and it brings awareness to PTSD as well. Right.
Yeah. Watching that, you know, seeing how your character is dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, was you know, definitely brought a lot of gravity, I think, to the film, because so many people are dealing with that when they come back from service.
Yeah, I knew very little. I was inspired. I've never served the military myself, but I have friends and family that have and do, and that I've loved very much, and I've learned a little bit of what you just learned in being in that position. But in the process of making and writing American Warfighter, I began to interview veterans from all different eras and different events that they were involved with. You know, even ones that have PTSD from not even, they feel guilty from not even serving during a time of war or conflict. And you know, there's just so much going on, and it's not just the veteran or the individuals. You know, their families are affected and their friends are affected, and it's just, you know, it's an incredible sacrifice. And I don't think, well, I think it makes a difference the more of us that understand that, and that's what I wanted to do, is create something that weighs in on that, instead of just something that's just a war movie that's about killing and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That's wonderful. It's a fantastic piece, and yeah, I highly recommend anybody who can. Yeah, especially since right now, if everybody's still in quarantine, go watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, I was going to show you some things I had made. These were some original promotions that we did.
Okay.
This was when the film was called Warfighter. This is for the European. This is one of the posters.
Nice.
This isn't the poster that's in the American version. This is the international, and we have different. I think this one's in Korean.
Okay, nice.
And you can see down here the verbiage here. Let's see. It means family, brotherhood, and sacrifice is kind of like some of the taglines. So
fantastic.
The way I'm all crazy, because if I go the opposite way on the camera, it moves the other way. So I'm getting used to this. It's like that joystick on the games. I don't the inversion or whatever. I don't do that way.
Yeah, it's a weird mirror. Right. Yeah, I still have problems, you know, going, you know, left and right on here and where I'm at.
What's behind you, by the way? What is that?
So this is all latex skins. These are all cast skulls. You know, since here at COFOH Live and Undead, we're in support of Colorado Festival of Horror, and this is our logo that I sculpted and molded and cast in latex. So the nice, cool, creepy thing is, you know, you keep that regular latex, you know, kind of fleshy, you know, tan color, and then put a light back there. It's really fucking creepy.
Yeah. Oh, it's. Have you seen those lampshades that are made of skin?
Oh yeah, Ed Gein type stuff. Oof. Yeah, definitely reminiscent of something like that. Yeah, yeah. And then, you know, throw on a blue light, and, you know, kind of feels homely in here, I suppose.
How did you get involved with horror? Why horror for you?
All right. With me, I've always grown up, been around horror movies. You know, Dad, you know, raised me right on Toxic Avenger and Evil Dead. So more to the campier side. I usually gravitate towards, you know, comedy and horror or B movies. But yeah, I've got a career in drawing and illustrating horror comics as well. So I do that, and then when you know, for Denver, we don't really have a horror convention, so there was a niche to fill. And so we decided, me and my partners, Brett and Jeannie and Lisa and Dwight, if they're out there listening, we decided to embark on that. But yeah, so we've been doing that, and unfortunately with COVID, we've had to postpone that. This month, the 11th, would have been our kickoff, our first event. But right now, we're moving all our content online. So I've been handling pretty much 100% of the online programming. So it's been fun. Yeah.
And probably a great learning curve too, right?
Massive learning curve. You know, speaking of which, you know, Angela, who is listening in and commenting, I see the comments coming in. She turned me on to StreamYard as a platform to do some online broadcasting. So
Angela is awesome. Angela, we love you. Rocket Pig loves you. Obscura loves you. Yeah, and Daniel loves you.
Yes, thank you, Angela. you know, with Jerry, with your filmmaking and everything, you're working with Angela and Joseph Kelly, right?
Well, yeah, I'm working with Joe Lujan, actually.
Oh, okay.
Joe Lujan and Angela.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and I think I saw online some still photographs of you guys working on Clown Motel 2, right? In,
man, yes, we had a lot of fun. In fact, where's my phone? I just had a picture come into me from set, literally.
Oh, cool.
A few minutes ago. We took
Nice.
this. I want to see if I can pull this up, and I haven't even seen it yet because I saw the message come in. Oh, here it is. Photos. This is from Kim. We crazy things happen on set, and we were running to do one thing, and you know, one thing that we had to put together this character.
Mm-hmm.
I think I named him Cotton Candy.
Oh, okay.
I know.
This is your character?
What's that?
This is your character in the film?
Yes. It's pretty menacing. It's pretty wild. He's probably like the buffest clown you've ever seen.
There you are. Yeah, that clown goes to the gym, doesn't he?
Yeah. There's some really good ones I saw. That was like from a farther distance, but I mean,
Nice.
It's pretty wild.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He's very animated with his personality, and quite interesting. He's talking to. We're in Tonopah at the Clown Motel. He's this is one of his little minions that he's training to come up to be one of the next clowns to eat people and like good stuff. Anyway, yeah.
That's pretty fun. So it sounds like you guys had a great time on that set. And you've done some other horror movies. I saw. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the film yet. But is it Arctic? I think I just saw the trailer to that.
Yes. It's not every day you get to play tour guide for a friend. That is Arctic. Arctic is a comic book obsessed serial killer. And he collides with a straight edge welder guy, and Arctic is trying to train one of his orphans to become, follow in his footsteps.
Oh, legacy.
This was kind of like the look that Arctic.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a sexier version of Arctic.
Yeah.
A little bit more groomed and polished, kind of like Fabio, but he. I was going to say
buffed up Viggo Mortensen.
What's that?
I was going to say kind of a beefed up Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. That's a good one though. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So yeah, the film looks fantastic, and what an interesting way to convey a serial killer with the obsession of comic books. And
he's also a family man. He is trying to take care of his family. It's not normal for today's standards. I don't condone all that. I've never killed anyone myself, and so it is a ruthless and a very dark and raw, edgy horror film. It's made for our specific horror audience, but I just like it is pretty dark. So like I'm kind of new to the horror world. So
okay.
I've done some things. I go back and forth a little bit, but as that one got a lot of acclaim, and I was like, oh my gosh, people are really enjoying this, and it gives you nightmares.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I see your co-star too, and that is Chase Williamson. I think he was in a film that I really enjoyed. What was it? John Dies at the End, based off of.
Yeah, I saw that at Shriek Fest. Actually, I was with Chase on that one.
Oh, you were on that one too?
No. I was during the screening at Shriek Fest. Arctic was playing at the same time, or the same weekend that was playing.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I do want to say that Tom Bocci was the writer and director, is the writer and director of Arctic. And he's a phenomenal director. He's a great editor and writer as well. And he's putting some other projects together as we speak. But Tom Bocci is a dear friend of mine as well, and he utmost respect for him and his craft. And he's gonna. I was telling him you're gonna be the next version of the John Woo and all that.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's quite the compliment. And you're getting ready too to direct and star in your next feature, Obscura. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So good. Yeah. Obscura is fun. This is a fun one.
Okay.
You know what? We kind of created something little by little under the circumstances, with COVID happening. Right. I had a feeling this was going to take a long time, and we were supposed to start production on something completely different. Action romance project, much larger, but I talked to everyone. Everyone was like, let's do something together. We'll do something a little bit smaller and stuff like that. And little by little, we start putting this together in what has come to be now Obscura. And what Obscura is, it's about a CIA special operative team that is in they're in a training mission, or they're doing demolitions and new weaponry. And so they're firing these off, kind of like it's slightly into the future. Kind of like Alien or Predator type of world, or Aliens. It's a perfect example, but in the desert. What ends up happening is during this, their outing in the middle of the desert, there's an outlaw biker club that comes onto the spot, and they're looking for a missing prospect.
Right.
Who was supposed to retrieve their colors and to finalize his initiation. So it was very dear to the team or to the club, but he's been missing. So they're looking for him, and they're out where they're not supposed to be, because that's part of the initiation in this particular moment. And all both units end up missing somebody, and they confront each other, and they get into this intense moment that turns really tragic and terrible. And in the process of this, Obscura comes to be. What is Obscura? We don't know. You're going to have to figure that one out. But she is a son of a gun, and vicious, and it's awesome. So, and we're having fun. We're having so much fun doing this. So it's a serious high action drama horror. There's a lot of story in there. But if you liked Predator and you like Alien and Aliens, there's going to be a lot of fun things. We already shot a good portion of the movie. We had some great actors. We had Adam Dorsey. He was playing Chief. He was one of the lead captains. We have John Krikelis, David Bianchi, Chris Moss, and Danielle Ryerson. And we had Z the dog. He's one of the tactical dogs. And it's so awesome. It's an incredible opening. If you liked Young Guns, remember Young Guns? I know it's not a horror movie.
I remember that. We were just watching that last week.
You were?
Yep.
You remember Charlie Sheen dies? And you're like, what? He's like the main guy. You can't kill Charlie Sheen. Well, man. Well, I won't say anything more. But those are some of the actors that we that already filmed. And then we have an ensemble cast of a lot of other great talent. There's two celebrities that we haven't gone public with yet. So we'll be sharing that pretty soon. That are going to be some of our A talent for our project. Nice. So I'm so grateful to be in this position. But we have Aubrey Scar, who is our lead actress, kind of like the Sigourney Weaver. She's she can fire weapons. She's very athletic. She's like a Vikander, Angelina Jolie, Emily Blunt type. She's a professional opera singer. And she has a beautiful voice. She's played at some of the biggest venues here in the States. We have John Camp, and he's done I was just watching what, it was some kind of fright movie that was on last night. I was at Joe Lujan's house, actually, in Vegas. I'm in Los Angeles now. There's so much traveling I've been doing. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's John Kemp. You know, he's in our film. And we're like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden, the next he goes, and there's Pancho. And he's in one of our other projects. It's so fun to be able to look on TV, and then there's like your friends.
That's awesome.
Okay, we got some other great actors. We got oh my gosh. We got E.R. Ruiz. Okay, wait. I'm getting all the characters mixed up. I don't want to forget anyone's name. And we have such a big cast because we have a real biker club that is coming in, and then we're also decorating some of the actors in there. And then we also have the military unit. David Robbins, who saw American Warfighter. He's a very dear friend of mine. He was in Arctic as well, and he helps me on all my films. He's usually a unit production manager, so he's coming in from Dallas, and he actually started getting into character, learning to ride motorcycles and stuff for this role. He actually bought a new motorcycle to practice learning from this. He takes it really serious.
Dedication. Yeah,
we got Zach Tuchon. Zach was in American Warfighter as well. He's a professional painter. Also, he does paintings, and they sell for like $20,000-$30,000. Takes after his dad, but he also sings, and we songwrite together. So we got some great songs, you know, that we're putting together, not necessarily just for the film, but for Rocket Pig. That's the new company. I was going to say with ER was also an American Warfighter. We have Eric Bernard, who is also a producer with American Warfighter. You know,
you got a great group of people. It sounds like
it's awesome. It's so much fun. You know, here we are. We know that we all come to do our job. But with the Rocket Pig, that's my new company. I say we're going to make the film. We're all going to show up. We're all put all this stuff together. But you know what the change in me, what I said, what I'm different now than who I was before. And this is the first one out the gate, is it's all about having fun and adventure and having that experience and having a quality and a positive experience. You know, there's always challenges and things come up, daily things of production, but man, the next day as you get started, it's like with the river. You know, the river's never the same. It goes by. It's water under the bridge kind of thing. You take that approach, you're going to get so much further quicker, and you're going to enjoy it so much more because you just let the positive parts drive you. You be happy and have joy and fun, and love. That's what drive me.
It's such a great experience when you're able to make art and fantastic projects with your friends, and you can share in that experience.
1,000,000%, just like Angelo. Joe gives 1,000,000%.
Yeah, and Jerry too. During this show, and people only have a half an hour left, they need to go over to seedandspark.com. The link is scrolling along the bottom of this screen, and participate in the perk of the $59 t-shirts, because at the end of this show it goes up to like $69 or something. So this is an exclusive, for everybody watching and wants to support indie filmmaking. Go to that website now. Pledge your support for the film. Purchase that item, and I think there's some more items on there too that also support some nonprofits and some charitable causes as well. At least that's what Angela told me. So
actually, each of our projects, the first monies that we get in always we always contribute to some charity, one or two. And so right off the bat, we're going to be giving to Silver Paws. And what they do is they take a rescue animal, a dog, they train them, and then they give them a harness, a custom-made harness. So then that dog is ready to go, and go with an owner to help them, be a service dog for them. So that'll be one of them. And as we move up in our budgets and stuff too, we'll be able to do much more. Right now we're on we're doing things on a little bit smaller level, but the quality is not a sacrifice at all.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's such a good thing too. And also like right now during quarantine and COVID, animals tend to get overlooked. So giving to those charities is something that'll certainly help. All right. So got the ticker back up. Angela gave me a little correction. Hey, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you freeze framed for a second there.
Oh, I was just watching you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So if you don't mind, I'll play the story. A little bit of the trailer and stuff. Yeah.
This was a concept teaser that kind of started everything. So,
oh, cool.
We'll be releasing an actual trailer sometime. Well, I don't even not sure. It'll be in the future, in the near future. But this is a concept teaser trailer, and I went out with Joe Lujan, and
oh, cool.
Kiwa, who is our director of photography. He's a very talented. You can look them both up on Instagram as well. But you can check out what we did. We did all this in 4 hours. Check it out.
Nice.
Sure.
All right, let me turn these off real quick, and then add that. All right.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jerry Angelo. I'm so grateful to be one of the writers and producers of this feature film, Obscura. Hold on a second. Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg, what's up? Hey, yeah, I'll tell you what, let me put you on hold. I'll call you back. Let me call you back. All right, bro, later. Obscura is a feature film about a group of CIA Special Force operatives in the middle of the desert that collide with Hard Edge Biker Club. And they must team together to survive the onslaught of Obscura. Now, this is a totally fun franchise, kind of like Aliens or Predator. We have an award-winning cast. Because of this COVID pandemic, the film industry has been totally shut down like so many others. So with your help, as a storyteller and a filmmaker, your contributions will help us bring Obscura to the silver screen. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for your support.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's let me just adjust this a little bit. Oh, why is this doing that? Okay.
This is Professor Higgins. He wanted to come say hi.
Oh, hello.
Professor.
That's your assistant, huh?
Yes, he's my little boy. He's from Africa. Huh?
Nice.
There you go.
Is he in any of the films?
He is in spirit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you could always be behind the scenes, you know, go get some coffee.
Yeah, he's like, go get some yum yums. Oh, yeah, I said yum yums. He turned right back around. He was walking away.
Nice. Nice. So, yeah, it sounds like Obscura is coming together, and you've got a lot of you know, public support coming together for it. So that's you know, that's going to be you know, such a fun project to see, you know, get finished up and everything. I think you already mentioned what some of the last some of the things that still need to be done, but you know, can you refresh us? You know, is it mostly just post-production? Because it sounds like you've already filmed much of the movie. Yeah,
we're filming. We filmed a couple times already, but you know, like I said, you would do it in smaller increments. We're going to be filming the larger portion now.
Okay.
And you know, when you're on smaller budgets, you know, the money gets spent and it gets utilized, and it usually, you know, in our productions, $1 spent is, we try to make it $25 to $50 worth on the screen or something like that. That's and that's no exaggeration. I mean, we have top CGI. I mean, we got incredible people. There's nothing independent about it, you know, other than the fact that it doesn't have millions of dollars. But tomorrow, you know, the next day and the next project, you know, we keep climbing up the food chain. Yeah. But, so, you know, so the contributions to the crowdfunding help because you know, there's like gas costs and this, you know, costs for hard drives and stuff. And if we're able to, you know, take a bulk off of our production and be able to take care of that, then everyone gets taken care of a little bit sweeter, and that makes a difference. Especially, you know, me as a producer, that's important to me, and everyone gives so much, and you know, we all want to be there. So it's nice to get something a little bit extra out of it. So that's what we're going for.
Nice. That's fantastic.
And you know, also too, I was going to say, it also gives an opportunity for our friends and family to get, you know, a little bit more involved also. Right. Because in the process of doing this, we make things. We have T-shirts or we have posters and stuff like that. And you know, once the movie comes out, it's, you know, a lot of people get really excited. During the making process, it's a little different. You know, it's always, you know, so it's different. So people jump on right from the beginning.
Nice. Yeah, it's so much more endearing when you get all your friends and family together to help make this, help support the project. You know, it really does bring that big sense of you know, community together. You know, in your earlier days, you know, starting out, you know, predominantly as an actor, right? You know, were you able to experience that sense of community, or was it somewhat hard and difficult and lonely?
I think when you have the big dreams, it gets lonely because when you're getting started, you only know what you see at the end result of what other people's careers are, or, you know, you see people on TV, or those are our goal. You want to get shows, or you want to get into roles that are meaningful, into projects that are meaningful.
Right.
It's so difficult. I mean, at least for myself and most of everyone that I've ever, you know, encounter in the film world, entertainment, it's none of it's easy. You know, it's not like you just go to school, graduate, and you got a job waiting for you. There's a large process, and the industry changes over time. You know, from black and white headshots to this, you know, until now you have to have different types of background, or there's auditions. Everything it has its own. It's a living organism. It changes. Right out the get-go, because of my background in the business of politics, when I did my first project, was called Highway to Santa Fe. And I wrote that for one of my friends who I thought was so talented. He couldn't get a job as an actor. So I wrote him something, and I said, well, I'll play in it. And, well, I know the story, so I'll direct it. And with the marketing or in politics that I did, I already knew how to put teams together and raise funds and stuff like that. So I did that.
Cool.
And it was such a great experience. It was very successful. And so right out the gate, 19 years ago, we made Highway to Santa Fe. And ever since then, I just knew how to get involved. And if I was able to help out a project, it was important to me to do everything I can. And it goes far beyond just making the project. You got to have just as much knowledge and tact and vigor, I would say, and eagerness to promote it and to do the marketing. And you have to do that as well. Or you'll just be on an island all by yourself with your film or your project, and you'll be, waving a flare and stuff, but it doesn't mean, anything will come of it. You got to create that boat that allows you to get to the next island, and then you can start to infect the world like zombies.
Excellent. Yeah. Good old zombies. Now that's a wonderful, piece of information, for any up and coming, filmmakers or actors that really, if the opportunities aren't presenting themselves, make your own opportunities.
Yes. That's the only way I know it.
Nice. That's absolutely wonderful. And it sounds like with the new company with Rocket Pig, you guys are set to take off and do amazing things, do fun projects, and bring your friends along too. So that's absolutely, that's very endearing and delightful. I love it. So just to remind people out there, we've only got a few minutes for this incentive for the t-shirt on Seed and Spark. So go. The link is scrolling along at the base there. Go and support Obscura, support indie filmmaking. And I know things are tough right now with COVID, but creativity and art bring people together, especially needed during these times. But yeah.
What I'll say about the shirt is the shirt is actually special. It's going to be worn by the main character. His name is Sam Burke, but he goes by Wicked. And so each of this he's one of the CIA operatives. He's the only one that survives the whole ordeal. And Obscura is a franchise project. And his character and Obscura go into the Ravage Rain universe, which is all it's like the comic book world and sci-fi world that is created by Joe Lujan with Immortal Wars, and there's a whole universe there of incredible fun actors and roles and stories and stuff. And Joe, actually you should have Joe Lujan on here too. He's a wonderful person.
Nice.
Very talented. So that we enjoy working together. He's actually the director of Obscura as well.
Oh, cool. Oh, fantastic. So you'll be it'll be a co-directorship with maybe with the cat too, huh?
Yeah. Well, actually, we're not even doing the co-director. We're just both directors. I mean, he's done plenty. I've done plenty, and there's nothing cool about it. It's there's no egos or whatever, and it's fun. And
nice.
Also, I'm an actor on there, and I pick the best people around. To be out there with me. I want the best. I want people that are better than me. I want to learn what they know and share what I have, and it just makes for just an incredible. It makes everything incredible. The movie is going to be with you for the rest of your life, and if you're building day by day and just being good and not being stressed out and stuff like that, and taking the time to breathe with your teammates and stuff like that. It just makes it awesome. Everyone grows. I mean, my production coordinator and I were just, we were in Goldfield one day, and then 4 hours later, we're in Las Vegas, and then we're doing all these errands and stuff. Then we're coming back, and then we get to feed these donkeys. They're in the middle of this town called Beatty. They come up to your window, literally, and you're petting them. And we didn't have any food, so we went to this gas station, got some apples and weenies, like a little thing of weenies. People said don't feed them weenies, so I didn't. But they ate the apples.
Yeah,
it was awesome. And it just it was just awesome, a great experience. If we weren't making a movie, this wouldn't happen. If we we didn't. If we could have easily just kept on going, you know, on to our destiny, but we took the time to smell the roses or to smell the donkeys and feed them apples. I encourage people to, as much energy that they put into their projects, don't forget to have the fun, because for the longest time in my life, and doing all these, I've produced 12 feature films now, and it was work. I did, you know, put my heart and soul into it and stuff like that, but you know, you drive yourself into the ground and you sacrifice for less, and then at the end of the day, it comes and goes and it's done. And if you don't take the moments that are here, you know, even just in your regular life, doesn't have to be on a movie. Just be present. You got to be present. Do it, and it makes everything greater. It starts to, you know, you get this positive momentum moving forward. And when stupid things come in, or stupid people or whatever, you're so much bigger than that. It's just like, you know, losing a stapler. It's not a big deal. You know, it's okay. Hey, but hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Things move on. You know, you go on to the next thing, and then, definitely. Yeah. As you say, take the time to smell the roses and enjoy the moment too.
And I would love to say hi to Dave and Patty. They're some of our producers out there in Goldfield, and they're housing Twyla, our production coordinator, and Roxy, who is our special effects makeup head, and she's creating Obscura as we talk. It's so awesome to see it in little pieces. She has this little warehouse thing, and we came in with a truck, and she unloaded it, and I unloaded it, and Kale's out there. He was an American Warfighter. He was a little kid, like, I don't know how old he was, like 8 or 9 or 10, and now he's like 16 or something, but he's like Jolly Green Giant. He's bigger than all of us. He's big old hair, and he's helping us out. Nice. And all the townspeople are coming together. We got the art lips, and oh my gosh, it's so good.
Cool. Jerry, you sound like, you definitely seem like somebody that really, you know, has a strong passion for what you do, and the people that you surround yourself with and work with. You know, when you think back, you know, like as a kid, or even now too, like, you know, what films are you a fan of? What do you geek out on?
Dude, there's so many. I always say, I have like 50. I have 50 films in my top 5, but I probably actually have 100 films in my top 5.
Nice.
You know, since this is horror based right now, I'll say like some of the scary ones that I remember.
Yeah.
Like I remember Children of the Corn.
Oh yeah, good pick.
Oh shit, that's so scary. I don't know why. Well, I'd always have to walk home, you know, at nighttime from my friends' houses or whatever as a kid, and I don't know. I just thought like Malachi or Damien or whatever his name was would come out of the people, out of their mailbox lights or whatever. I just was freaky. Always looking back over your shoulder. You know, Jaws is one of the most terrifying things. I can't get in a swimming pool and you get that anxiety that something's going to be at your feet, much less a lake or an ocean. So, you know, I'm really tough, by the way. I can play Navy SEAL and so, you know. You know, Chucky was a lot of fun. I remember Chucky, and I got to play in a movie with Brad Dourif.
Oh, I love Brad. That's awesome. And,
yeah, it was awesome. It's called The Control Group. It never really took off. It is an incredible film. It's fun. Peter Hurd made it. It was his first film. It's called The Control Group, and it's fun. You can watch it and, I don't know, drink beer or sodas or have popcorn, but it's fun. I'm sure once it hits the light of day, maybe I'll have to break out, you know, and become a big star, and then that one blows it up and helps it out. But it's a fun movie. I'd highly recommend that for especially like campy and stuff. It's like a 1970s type of vibe to it. So, and The Exorcist, I think the most terrifying movie of all time, probably The Exorcist.
Yeah. Well, I interviewed
Eileen
Dietz. Yeah.
And she's in Obscura as well.
Oh, no kidding. That's fantastic. I knew she was going to be in Clown Motel 2 with you guys.
Eileen
is fantastic.
And let's see. And then as far as like films that are my favorites, like in my, when I say top 50 films in my top 5, Last of the Mohicans. I just love that film with Daniel Day-Lewis. There's some incredible scenes in there that I love. All my movies that I write, there's always someone that I love or hate that sacrifices himself to save the group or save somebody else, or to, you know, give up their life to move the story forward. And so that's incredible. Legends of the Fall, Platoon, you know, Willem Dafoe. American Warfighter has some moments in there as an homage to Platoon. And then also Saving Private Ryan, you know, so many moments when that are, you know, these stories that I put in my movies and I write, also things that touch me, as they touch me, they're with me my whole life, you know, 40 years now. You know, maybe I should write some of these things and try to get some of those same emotions into my films, so for the next generation, you know, not to copy or anything, but to have my own twist or my own version of something like that. But it's out of respect, and it's like, now I get to watch American Warfighter and I enjoy it. I get to see David Robbins and Michael. Oh my gosh, I keep seeing him blind and everything. It's been so long since. Let's see. We got Michael King. Yeah, Michael King. They have this incredible scene together, and when David dies in his arms, is like a beautiful. I just love it. And anyway, I can. So those are some of my, and Singing in the Rain. You see Singing in the Rain? Yeah. My dad raised me on Abbott Costello.
I love Abbott and Costello, especially Abbott and Costello. You know, Meet the Wolfman.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
and Meet Frankenstein.
Yep.
Like, They had fun. Like, we need this again. You know, it's like we can be hams and have fun, and we can be serious and be cool and like, what's up, babe? What's going? You know.
Well, you know, like with Abbott and Costello, you know, it really kind of gave way to movies like Monster Squad in the 80s.
Right. Yeah.
You know, that was my Goonies growing up.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Goonies was great too.
Yep. Oh, very much so. Yeah, you can go back and watch Goonies and you know, except for the you know, the timing and the cultural context, like it's still just such a sharp film, and it moves and it's so engaging. All the characters are just incredibly well written and well conveyed.
What's that? The monster guy? That's a good guy that eats the candy bar. What's his name?
Sloth. Baby Ruth. Yep. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, him and Chubbs, you know, buddies forever.
Who is Chubbs?
Chubbs was the shorter.
What actor is that? Was he a famous actor now or something?
Yeah, he's. I don't know what he does nowadays, but he's very thin now, and I think he's a ball guy. Oh. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know what I forget the name of the actor, but I've seen him recently at like reunion screenings and stuff. You see that stuff online.
Cool. Right on.
Yeah, but man, yeah, it's pretty inspiring to see, you know, all those movies, and then to take some of those elements that you know, really moved you, and then be able to apply that to what you do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're just about running out of time, but yeah, is there anything else that you know, you want to convey, Jerry? You know, where can you know, people go to find your films? Obviously, American Warfighter is on Netflix, and I highly recommend
it. So, you know, American Warfighter is on Netflix, and some of the other, you know, a lot of the other streaming services. We have Arctic by Tom Bocci, and that one is on Amazon Prime and Hulu and iTunes and a whole bunch of other ones.
Nice.
Let's see. You know what? I just, you know, my new company is Rocket Pig, and you know, reach out to us. We have incredible people on the team. You see any of our names, you know, say hi. If they're in a position that you like, whether it's sound or creature effects or photography, reach out to us. We're everyday people like anyone. We have learned how to go and take what we want by the horns and to do it, and to not be, even if you are afraid, but to take those risks and challenges and stuff, and having a perspective on things that to have fun and adventure, and just inspire. I think that's important too for me.
Yeah.
No matter at what point in my life, anytime I've ever been inspired, I've always been able to overcome and do whatever it is that people said that you couldn't, or that you don't believe that you could. So I like to inspire people, and and give them and share. I'm making my film, and it's one genre. It's something particular to whatever I'm making, but the next person has something that's completely different. It may not be my cup of jam or whatever, but I know what it means for me, for my project. So I know what it means for them, for their project. And I can be just as excited to help them achieve their goal. And that's what Rocket Pig does, is to help move people's careers upward. Nice. And build those relationships. And that's the worth of everything. If that couldn't be achieved, then I don't even know. I don't want to do it, honestly. I don't want to do it by myself. You go to the top of the mountain and take a selfie by yourself or something. We got a whole team, and we're going to continue to grow. And yeah, that's what I have to say.
That's wonderful. You're building a community. You're making, bringing out friends to work on projects, and supporting each other. That's that's absolutely wonderful. There needs to be more of that, especially in this industry.
Yeah, well, I want to thank you too. Like I said at the beginning, you could have chosen anybody, and so I get this opportunity. So,
well, I appreciate your time and coming on and talking about your craft and all the fun, cool things that you're involved in and stuff, and having your assistant come on too. All four legs of her are him.
Well, that's Professor Higgins. He teaches classes online now, obviously with Princeton and Harvard on Wednesdays and Tuesdays. But other than that, he's just a regular old cat.
Right. Nice. I love it. So Jerry, go ahead, stay on, and we're gonna sign off here real quick. And just a quick reminder: everybody go to Seed and Spark, and help fund Obscura and participate in the creative process by giving, and then also you're giving to some good causes as well. But Jerry, thanks so much again for your time. Thanks for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you and to learn more about what you do.
Cool. Thank you, man. You take care.
Thanks. And to everybody that's out there that's watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments. Go support Obscura. And I want to say thanks to Sumner Twins Talent for sponsoring us. Thanks to my producers, Stefan Santa Cruz and Amanda Armstrong. And thanks to my partners with COFOH, Colorado Festival of Horror. Hopefully we'll see you in the physical person next year. Everybody, have a great night. Be good and be kind to each other.